tap that all on the floor, tap that, give me some more. That's like an R&B.
Yeah, I don't know who sang it. I remember the song because I remember every time it came on the radio, I was just like, oh, another one of these stupid songs.
Yeah. Imagine if it's a cover.
Oh, nah, it's not going to be that. No.
Chiodos. Good morning, party people. Welcome to the Breakdown. I'm Nath. This is Johnny. Today we're checking out the return single from Chiodos.
Ooh.
Tapdat.
On our friends Sharp Tone Records. Oh, actually, wait.
They've just announced a signing. Yeah, you do that. They've just announced they've signed to Sharp Tone. This is the first single in over a decade from Chiodos. If you're unfamiliar because they haven't released any new music, this is a band that was like so seminal in the world of post-hardcore. Sharp Tone. There we go.
I'm representing.
Yeah, you are. So seminal in the world of post-hardcore. Craig Owens was one of those front men that like defined a scene. He had this ethereal falsetto, this vicious scream, incredible vocal melodies. The band was technical and always so creative in the way they released music.
There's some really cool like progressive stuff as well. Like there'd be these big like massive piano moments and orchestral sections, and then like ferocious breakdowns, and a very, very cool band.
So they reformed to celebrate the 20-year anniversary of All's Well That Ends Well, which is such a sick album. You should go listen to that. It wasn't my favourite Chiodos album. The next one, Bone Palace Ballet, was the album for me that was like, holy heck, this band is it. But they've released new music. Now, they also did some of the punk goes pop, pop goes punk, pop goes punk. No, punk goes pop.
Yeah.
Punk goes, songs before. I hope it's not a cover. I hope it's not a cover of that Tapdat song.
Yeah, I hope it's new music. Be interested to see what he is doing vocally now as well, because it's been quite a while. Although we've heard him in Drugs.
And also he had another project that was like way more hardcore leaning. I can't remember what that was called, but I liked that. Have you seen he's also like blacked out his tattoos?
No.
Like almost entire torso was blacked out.
Wow, that's such
hectic.
Such a huge thing. Wow.
Back in the day, for those of you that I haven't told the story to, I loved Chiodos. Was a massive fan of them always, and my friends who are all tattooed were all like, you gotta get a tattoo, you gotta get a tattoo. And I was like, had a little bit of a chest, and they're like, you gotta get a noose, because he had All the World to Stage as a like noose tattoo. And I was like, yeah, fuck, I'm glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, especially now if he's blacked it out. You're just like, bro!
No, I wasn't going to copy him, but like, I'm so glad I never got that tattoo, because
we're gonna get
that is
good
such a big
party people.
Hey, it's well before that era.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Appreciate you very, very much. Enjoy. Oh. Wow. Oh my goodness.
That's like Fall of Troy vibes.
Hey, he's all blacked out.
That's classic Craig.
This is classic Chiodos. Great. That bass work is brilliant.
That's a tasty little solo.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. This is hectic. They're really leaning into the more sort of techie sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I love that, because I feel like the scene that they were in, they didn't get enough credit for how technically proficient they were and how difficult some of the stuff was.
Because the spotlight was on him.
Yeah.
I think it's because the spotlight was on him. The rest of the band didn't get acknowledged for how crazy talented they were. And it's understandable. He is very captivating.
Yeah.
But you're right. They are a very proficient band. I wonder how many of the same band members are in it. I'll look up that after.
Yeah, let's check that out.
Thought I'd end up with you. There's still time to break rules. If you would let it bloom. A different kind of faith you can't afford to waste. We run until it's safe. Listen.
Oh, man.
That little run there.
Guitar work is so good. Very Protest the Hero. Oh, here we go. It's just great.
Can you pull me into focus in your absence of emotion? Can you pull me into focus? And it's bittersweet as a symphony.
Yes. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Love that string.
This is nothing.
All right.
Oh, we are so
Man,
back.
that is a way to return and show that you mean business. That was fun, man. There was so much complexity to that and so many cool little like dynamic nuances in the production and the musicianship, like little bits of strings coming in here, little bits of piano there, cool dissonant chords, massive fucking techie shredlord stuff. Like his vocals are great. His vocals sound cool.
That like breakdowny bit at the end there, which scream reminded me that like I'll stop stabbing when you stop screaming.
Yeah.
The World's Best Friends, become redefined. Yeah, man, this is a really exciting day for the world of post-hardcore. These guys had, they said, that pop sensibilities from his vocals, but a level of chaotic. This is probably the band that got me into like more unconventional song structures in the way they
Right.
like. Because before that, I was a bit more like either straight up metalcore-y or I don't know. Like this is a band that sat alongside like Pierce the Veil's early stuff, but in a different way. It was a little bit less formulaic in the song structures.
100%. Yeah. They're like I said, I think that their musical proficiency in songwriting was a little bit understated because of the scene that they were in, and I think that largely fell on the vocal style. It was pretty much the vocal style is what led them to that scene. You know, he had that sort of higher register, almost nasally sort of emo-y vocal. You know, much like bands like Pierce the Veil and things like that. But
Sleep with Sirens.
yeah, but that shows that they have not skipped a beat or lost anything in terms of songwriting and what they bring to the table. I'm assuming that because is this a new signing to Sharp Tone?
They literally announced it 2 days ago.
Yeah, cool. So do you know if they've signed it just for a re-release or something like that? Or
No, the album re-released 2 years ago. It was 2025.
but it's not for a new release, like new
album.
New album?
They haven't announced a new album, but just like
Okay.
their new signing, and this is the first new single on that. It's not coming off like a deluxe.
All right,
It's
so
something new.
Yeah, given that they've signed to Sharp Tone now, you would assume that there is more music coming,
You would assume that.
but never assume it makes an ass out of you and me.
Agreed. That is absolutely agreed.
Have you found anything out about the members? Because we know one.
Yeah,
of the members.
they're all new. It is essentially
Oh,
Craig Ellis is
really?
the only band member that is current.
That's. I don't want to use the word disappointing, but I say that's kind of a shame.
Yeah, Mitch Rogers, Nick Ventim. Oh, that's a hard name to say. Ventimiglia.
Nailed it.
Two Nicks. Nick Clementon and Simon Martinez.
Do you know what?
2000. They're all from 2024, which is when they got put. They got put on the When We're Young Fest. It's like one of the full album things. So.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Because we talk about, certain bands losing one member, like a vocalist, and then people saying, you're not the same band, you should change your name. But it's interesting to hear if people feel the same way about just the vocalist getting an entire new band. Because, obviously, Craig is the main focal point, the main person. He's the voice, but having a band that can really lock in and match what Chiodos did in terms of stylistic, playing and all that sort of stuff, but then expand on it and create new stuff that still remains true to where they are, like where they were, but taking them forward. So, yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
They've had a lot of members.
Dude, they've had so many members.
So many members.
Yeah, and I guess that's the hard thing as well, is you've been like...
It's like, is it Chiodos?
I mean, Chiodos is also, like, when he did the drugs thing, it's... Like, he said in that, being like, he was part of the problem. That was, like, he had been someone that people had issues with in the past. And so, I think he's self-aware enough of that. But Chiodos did one album with another vocalist, which I actually really liked. It's called Illumin Audio. I really liked that, but it didn't have the same feel because, as we said, like the focal's on him. He has a very iconic sound and look and presence that I think helped make the band.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen, like, they had a keyboardist that was in the band.
Well, that was another thing I was going to ask, because there was so much piano work in that, and I was glad to hear that because it was such a cool part of
didn't see if there was
the other stuff. But are they going to have someone that still does that? Or?
Mitch Rogers does lead guitar and keyboards now. So they have someone that plays keys.
You can't be doing lead guitar and keys in that at the same time.
Was there
depending
much lead and keys at the same time though? I would have to listen to the song again. Again, it's one playthrough for me. So, look, I really like that.
Man,
I think that was
dude would never get a
exciting.
break, eh? Just be...
Philbit was good. Showcased other band members. They're all in it, but also focused on Craig.
Yep.
Cinematic, but also just focused on them playing and doing their thing, which I think
really
was
liked
good.
the room with all the single white roses lined up on the ground and thought, God, that would have taken a lot of time to set up.
Yep, 100%.
And imagine if you bumped one.
They haven't released anything since 2014, which is Devil was the last album.
Oh, that's right.
Had like 3am and stuff on it.
Yeah.
If you want to have a play of some old stuff, I recommend going and listening to, as I said, Bone Palace Ballet was like my favourite. Songs like Is a Progression If a Cannibal Uses a Fork, Bulls Make Money, Bears Make Money.
They were
Pigs
one
Get
of the
Slaughtered.
main bands for those like super ridiculous, completely non-related song titles that were super long.
The Undertaker's Thirst for Revenge is Unquenchable. That is that's also a banger of a song. Yeah. My favourite from them was like a soft one. They do soft songs really well. It was Intensities.
Intensities, yeah.
That's a great title.
Yeah. Anyway, they also were one of those bands that were massive on remember bands back in that 2000s metalcore, post-hardcore era always did the really big, elaborate, colourful, like cartoony sort of designs. It would be like, it would have the band name in like a bubble writing. I would have like
Devil Wears Prada shirts and stuff.
And it would have like a bear's face, like cartoony with teeth and.
I don't remember their merch being like that. Chiodos merch. There we go.
But this would only be like.
Yeah, I can see that.
Fully. Find some of those and put them up when you edit this, because like there's
some big ones.
Yeah.
You know, that's funny. I actually don't associate them with that at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I just remember all those bands being like that. I even remember like Stick to Your Guns had one, and it was a Ren and Stimpy one. And I was like,
You had
well,
that
I have to
shirt.
buy that.
Yeah, I remember you having that.
Yeah, I have to buy that.
One
Yeah.
of my all-time... I had a basketball jersey that was that, and there's a photo of you and I. We went on a run once, and I was wearing that. I don't know how we have a photo. It's just you and I running. But yeah, I remember wearing that, being like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
Love band merch.
Yeah.
He still buys band merch at every single fucking show.
I do.
Single show.
I know, and
You should too.
we're very lucky that like the bands like often will say, "Hey, go and get yourself a t-shirt for all your support." But I'll always sneak off like before doors are open if we're there, and I'll go and buy merch. The amount of times I've come back and the band will go, "You didn't pay for that, did you?" And I'll be like, "Yep. Oh, I don't pay to get into shows. I'm going to pay to support you another way."
Yeah.
So make sure you do that. Support your friends.
Or buy it online from bands like
Yeah.
get Sharptone do stuff. They have like a web store. You can get stuff and support them too. Anyway, what do you guys think of Tapdat? Drop a comment. I'm here for it, baby. I'm going to go listen to that album on the way back.
Okay.
Tapdat, all on the floor. Tapdat, give me
Something
some
some
more.
more.